Hello everyone, Souls Guy here, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a duel commentary. I'm using the Wolf Knight Greatsword, and my buddy Dan is using the Dragon Slayer Spear. So a pretty interesting matchup to say the least, the Spear having the obvious advantage with speed and range and the ability to space. Now here I do a little combo, trying to bait him into my Hyper Armor after a reverse roll there. I'm going to go R1, R2 for the setup, and he almost gets it. I was a little bit out of range there, and I get punished for rolling backwards there. So applying pressure to him is going to be hard because he's going to be able to divert all that pressure by just continuously ranging me and continuously throwing out attacks that are going to be able to stop my Hyper Armor from going off. But here I got a Hyper Armor trade and then a nice little roll catch afterwards. I got attempt to parry that, but I was a little bit too out of range and late on that. But I just have to basically hope he makes a couple mistakes, and here I just made a terrible one trying to do that with no time. And that was a good game. He was playing a really good spear right there, and I commend him for that game. It was a very good game. Right there, another Hyper Armor setup, and punished again for rolling away. I do that a couple times in this fight, but I don't think I do it too much more after that. Again, just going for as much Hyper Armor as I can and as much roll catching as I can, because that's definitely an effective tactic. Got a nice little parry right there off that bait, knowing that he was going to try to keep that range pressure up, being able to take advantage of that there. I don't think I parry anymore in these duels. I think that was the only one I really go for. Yeah, we don't really try to parry each other too much, only because most of the time the other person sees it coming. Nice little Hyper Armor exchange there. Yeah, he's good with diverting the pressure. I'll give him that. He definitely knows how to use a spear. Got a nice little shockwave there. Kept me from getting completely counter hit. A lot of spacing going on. Neither person wants to extend too far. Nice flip right there, and a little Dark Souls 2 combo wake up attack with the stamina to roll away. Nice, the tracking failed him there, and I was able to get that little rolling attack off and end the fight. I believe that was an accidental jump, but caught nonetheless. And a nice punish. And again, oh, that whiff combo. I like it because it's very enticing. People know that attack has a lot of recovery, so they want to go in and try to punish that opening if they can. And when they see you don't have a parry tool out, they're a lot more likely to not be aware. Now he tried to do a little backstep there. I believe on his end he was actually behind me when that happened, but that's why reverse backsteps and reverse rolls aren't really that great. Right there, that was a really good reverse roll he went for, but unfortunately it got punished. He's a big fan of the jump attack, so I have to always watch out for rolling backwards, which is basically what you want to do against a spear generally. You want to be able to get away from that hitbox of doom. Oh, he almost got the punish right there with that jump attack. And a nice little front flip to avoid the damage. I was pretty pumped up about that. Then the Hyper Armor right there. See, that's exactly what I have to do in order to be successful against the spear, is to bait him into attacks that he can't outspace me in, so I'm able to use the Hyper Armor to my advantage. Because without the Hyper Armor, the Greatsword isn't really that good. I would say that it's probably my favorite weapon class in Dark Souls 3, but far from the most effective. It just has some fun options. It's not the worst weapon, but it has some tools. A nice roll catch right there. That's one of my favorite things about the two-handed R1s from the Greatsword. They have fairly decent range, and when people roll away from you, there's a pretty high likelihood that you're going to roll catch them if you swing at the right time. Which I would consider right as they're about to roll, you want to have your attack coming out already, just about the same time. a good reason why you don't roll into the spear either. So he's kind of got a good ground to be able to punish my attacks, or at least my attempts. He can hit me from range up front, or he can hit me from with the jump attack as I roll away, or the weapon art. So he's got a lot of options. I'm basically have to force to engage him on levels in which I'm able to trade, or else I really don't have a lot going for me with the greatsword. So my main strategies, I would say, are basically just either roll catching him or using hyper armor to trade, which both of those are kind of hard to do against a spear because you have to get close, and getting close enough for him to attack happens before I can attack. He's got more range than me. So you can see the matchup there, how that goes. And yeah, he does a pretty good job of punishing the incoming attempts, and also whenever I need to retreat, roll away, he's got good punishes for those as well. See, a nice punish trying to get close enough, and then a great punish when I try to get the range away so I can't get attacked. So kudos to you, Dan. Very good spear usage today. Excellent punish right there on the roll away. Good job, bud. So yeah, in general, I'm pretty impressed with the amount of times I won today. I definitely won more than I lost. I think I only lost 3 times out of maybe 10 fights, something like that. So that's not too bad. It's actually pretty good considering the weapon matchup and the skill of my opponent. The hyper armor on greatswords is really good for, I would say, small weapons, curved swords, straight swords, rapiers, even other greatswords. And even against the spear if you can get the range right. But as long as they're applying that ranged pressure on you, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to pull off. So that's about it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think about the commentaries. I don't really do any kind of commentaries, but I'm not opposed to doing them. This is my first time trying to do this, so be constructive, at least in the comments. I appreciate you guys checking the video out. I'm Dark Souls Guy, and I will see you on the next video.